When my wife Laura and I moved into the old house, we were looking for a fresh start. We had two kids, Emily and Jack, and the charm of the countryside was calling to us. The house was large, with a creaky wooden floors and a basement that smelled of damp earth. It was old but affordable, almost too good to be true. The first week passed uneventfully, though the kids kept joking about the basement being haunted. Emily, who was 10, claimed she heard faint whispers when she stood near the basement door. Jack, only 6, was more curious than scared and tried to sneak down the narrow stairs every chance he got. One evening, after we had settled into the living room to watch a movie, we all heard it, a faint knocking sound coming from the basement. It was subtle at first, almost like the wine had found its way into the walls. But then it grew louder, deliberate, as if someone or something was trying to get out. Laura and I exchanged nervous glances. It's probably the house settling, I said, trying to sound confident. All houses make noises. Still, my curiosity got the better of me. Armed with a flashlight, I went to the basement door. The kids followed me, though Laura stayed back, clearly uneasy. As I opened the door, the creaking echoed through the quiet house. The stairs were steep and narrow, leading into a pitch black space. My flashlight illuminated the room, revealing cobwebs, old furniture, and a pile of newspapers stacked in one corner. The air was heavy and cold, making it hard to breathe. Hello? I called out, my voice trembling slightly. No response. But as I moved deeper into the basement, I noticed something odd. The newspapers were relatively new. Someone had been here recently. A few nights later, the sounds returned, louder this time. It wasn't just knocking, there were faint footsteps and what sounded like someone breathing. Laura insisted we call the police, but I felt foolish. What could we say? Our basement is haunted? Determined to get to the bottom of it, I set up a camera in the basement. The next morning, I eagerly reviewed the footage. My stomach sank as I watched a shadowy figure move across the screen. It wasn't a ghost. It was a man. That evening, I confronted the intruder. I waited until the noises began again and stormed into the basement with a baseball bat. "Who's there?" I yelled. To my shock, an elderly man stepped out from behind an old shelf. His clothes were tattered, and his face was lined with years of hardship. "Please," he said, raising his hands in surrender. "I mean no harm." It turned out that he had lived in the house for decades, long before it was sold. When his family passed away, he couldn't bear to leave. He had been living in the basement, unnoticed, ever since. At first, I was angry. Angry that he had invaded our lives. Angry that he hadn't left when the house was sold. But as I listened to his story, my anger turned to compassion. He wasn't a ghost or a threat. He was a lonely man clinging to the only home he had ever known. We helped him find a place to stay and made sure he had the resources he needed to start fresh. While the experience was terrifying at first, it taught us an important lesson. Sometimes the truth is scarier than ghosts, but it's also an opportunity to show kindness and understanding. I hope you liked this story. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.